The Origami Trailer. Arthur had spent 40 years on the road, but he had never hauled a load that required him to forget the map. The cargo was Origami Glass, an experimental crystalline structure designed to capture light from higher dimensions. The engineers were pale when they loaded it. It's not just glass, Arthur. It's a physical manifestation of a sequence. As long as the truck moves forward in a non-repeating pattern, the glass remains stable. But if you complete a geometric circuit, if you cross your own trail or make a series of turns that close a loop, the cargo will perceive itself as a finished shape. And a finished shape in 3 dimensions is too heavy for this reality to hold. Arthur looked at his route. He wasn't allowed to make left turns. He wasn't allowed to circle a block. He had to drive from Lyon to Prague, as if he were drawing a single, infinite line that never touched itself. Driving is usually an act of repetition. We follow the same exits, the same roundabouts, the same loops of logic. But for Arthur, every intersection became an existential crisis. In the city of Zurich, a road closure forced him toward a series of one-way streets. If he turned right 3 times, he would complete a square. The glass began to chime, a high-pitched, vibrating warning that sounded like a choir of bells. Arthur realized that our lives are built on loops. We wake, we work, we sleep. We return to the same bed every night. We are the finished shapes the engineers warned him about. To keep the glass alive, Arthur had to live a life of pure forwardness. He couldn't go back for a forgotten coffee. He couldn't turn around if he missed a sign. He was a prisoner of the future. He hit the outskirts of Munich and faced the ultimate enemy, the great roundabout, to exit toward Prague. The GPS told him to take the 3rd exit, but that would require a 270-degree curve, a partial loop. The glass didn't just chime now. It began to grow. New facets were sprouting from the crates, reaching toward the ceiling of the trailer. The truck was getting heavier, not with weight, but with meaning. Arthur stopped at the edge of the circle. He watched the other cars spinning in a roundabout, over and over, trapped in their comfortable repetitions. He wondered, is the goal of a journey to arrive, or is the goal to never be caught in the circle? He realized that most people spend their entire lives in a roundabout, passing the same exits, waiting for a destination that they already passed years ago. Arthur didn't enter the roundabout. He drove the truck off the road, through a construction fence and across an open field. He broke the map. He drove through farm tracks, through shallow streams and across abandoned airfields. He refused to follow the geometry of man. The glass calmed. The vibration faded into a soft, melodic hum. He was no longer hauling cargo. He was a part of it. He understood that the origami glass wasn't fragile. It was just honest. It couldn't survive in a world of recycled paths. It required a pioneer. Arthur realized that he had spent 40 years thinking he was free on the road, but he had just been following a different kind of cage. By refusing to turn left, he had finally found a way to go up. Arthur arrived in Prague, but he didn't pull into the delivery bay. He knew that the moment he stopped, the moment the journey was completed, the shape would close, the glass would shatter, and he would return to being just a man in a truck. He called the engineers. "I'm not stopping," he said. "The sequence isn't finished." He turned the truck toward the east, toward the vast, open plains of Asia where the roads are long and the circles are few. They say Arthur is still out there, a ghost in a silver rig, hauling a light that never goes out. He is the only man who truly escaped the loop. He reminds us that the only way to keep your soul from breaking is to never let the story end, to never close the circle, to keep driving until the road and the driver become a single, infinite line.